Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. I am Sanà Rasul, Chief Girlfriend at HR Girlfriends. I'm going to give everyone an opportunity to get on before I start with my live. I'm just going to make sure we are in all the places we should be. We should be on LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you're watching me from. I'm glad to have you with us. We're also streaming on YouTube. So wherever you are watching me, you are in for some good information today. So let's grab your seats, your drink, and let's talk about childcare and employee benefits. So, in the chat, wherever you are, tell me where you are watching from. I'm currently in San Diego, California, but tell me where you're watching from in the chat, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn. So tell me where you are dialing in from, where you're watching me. Let's see. Yes, Akira, it will be recorded. I know you have a conflict that says, yes, it will be recorded. So you don't have to worry about that. But if you're live, I can answer questions right here on the spot. So that's the advantage of being here live. So maybe you want to take advantage of that. So for those who are not familiar with my face, my name again is Sanà Rasul Walker, and I am Chief Girlfriend at HR Girlfriends. I am the president. I am responsible for this amazing community. We are a global community, but primarily in the continental US. And our role in the lives of women in human resources is to provide professional and personal development resources. And we do that in a vast majority of ways. It is really about ensuring that the women who have chose human resources as their career field of choice have what they need to be successful. And that looks different on any different day, on any given day. And so today, I am so excited to be here to talk about my first partnership and one of the most important partnerships I've done in a really long time with an amazing organization called TOOTRiS. So, one of the things we do here at HR Girlfriends is we go out and we seek out intentionally the best resources, the best employee benefits, the best of the best in as many categories as possible to ensure that while the women of human resources are heads down working, ensuring that their workforce are tended to, what we do is we go out and find out what resources are available now, what technology is out there to solve problems that our members are encountering, what problems are yet to be solved that vendors are quietly and sometimes loudly solving that our members just haven't had an opportunity to go after yet. And I had the pleasure of meeting representatives of an organization called TOOTRiS last year. And I instantly knew this was an organization that I needed to know more about. And so, TOOTRiS, by the name, you won't know what they do, but I'm going to better explain. TOOTRiS is one of the nation's largest childcare benefit providers. They have a turnkey platform that enables employers to incorporate low cost, high value support to working parents with zero administration, right? They provide childcare benefits that bring ROI instantly. Because here's the thing, we haven't solved childcare in the US and really globally. I mean, some countries are getting it better than others, but the US, we haven't quite solved it yet. And so it's always a challenge when we're in a workforce like we are now, where we're doing this tug of war, the talent war, where are the priorities? Is it DEI? Is it remote work? Where are the priorities, right? The debate over the great resignation. Are we going into a recession? I mean, it depends on who you talk to and what the economists say and what papers you read and what philosophies you subscribe to. And while all of that can be up for debate, what's not up for debate is that COVID was real. And what COVID taught me, and I think many, many leaders that were paying attention, was that benefits have to get more personal. It's not an option anymore to provide benefits that take care of the whole employee. So, what I learned in COVID as I was consulting with the clients and the organizations that I consult with, I realized that while we were tending to the employees that were employed with my client organizations, and we were making sure that they were still employed and that we were rendering the right resources to them, there were still stresses in their lives. Why? Because they had little people at home that had to be tended to. They had grown people at home, spouses, roommates, partners, right? Family members that were living with them, that were doing life with them, that didn't have a job, that lost their job, that were dealing with COVID, that had their own childcare challenges. And so while we are in a world where it may feel like we can do business as usual and render benefits that just take care of our employees that are on our roster, unfortunately, if an organization wants to stay competitive, then if an organization wants to stay at the top of the list for employees, referrals, you have to up your game in many areas. And one is in the benefits that you offer. And childcare is just one of them. Now, it's interesting. I don't have children, but I am the auntie of all aunties. And my brother is a single dad. And so I know all too well what it is like having a brother who has to go to work, raise children, COVID hit, who watches your children who are school aged. I come from the latchkey kid era, those 80s and 90s kids. And that era has gone and come. And even now, the way of the world, that's even different. And so we have to look at how can we support our employees so that they can focus on work, on their own development, and how do we get them to meet the basic needs so that they can be as productive as human beings and then as employees. And so what TOOTRiS has done is created a platform that not only has taken into consideration how to take care of employees and employers, but they also have built resources and fully support childcare providers. So this is the first time I've seen a platform where they are saying, we're not just going to make sure that the employers and employees are okay. We're going to back up the childcare providers so that they have the support that they need, so that they can keep consistency in childcare offerings, so that they can continue to offer that, so that parents know that they can rely on the platform and the providers, because we all know that consistency and reliability is necessary, right? We don't want to have that concern. And so when I got to learn more about TOOTRiS, it was a no-brainer for me. I had to make sure that I figured out a way to bring this beautiful benefit to market in a way that, one, the members of HR Girlfriends could take advantage of pre-negotiated rates that would make it easy as an individual, even if your employer didn't bring the benefit to the table. They could take advantage of it. But also, if your employer did decide to bring it to the table, I wanted to pre-negotiate the best rates possible. So the only thing left to do for your employer is to say yes. And so when we think about where we are now, kids are back in school, things are happening, it hasn't eliminated your need for reliable childcare, right? And so what TOOTRiS has done with their platform is not only do they help you find childcare providers, but they also help you find subsidy. And unfortunately, there still are employees who go to work Monday through Friday, and some of us are HR for those employees whose children still qualify for vouchers from the state because those employees don't make enough. And so TOOTRiS's platform supports state vouchers for many of the states. And so they can use their vouchers for the platform to pay for childcare resources, in addition to any subsidies that an employer brings to the table. Or as a member of HR Girlfriends, for $34.95 a year, you can join the platform and take full advantage to find after school care, to find weekend care, to find third shift care, whatever your work schedule is, whatever your life's needs are, TOOTRiS's platform can help you meet those when it comes to your need for childcare. And so as I look at this new year that we're in 2023 and what's to come, I had a lot of choices about what to bring to the table first in terms of partnerships, but TOOTRiS was a no-brainer, absolute no-brainer. And so my goal is that you consider where your needs are with your organization and that you take a look at the priorities. And when we think about our diversity, equity, and inclusion goals, we have to consider that a part of diversity are parents, right? Because when we describe diverse workforces, it's very easy to think of diversity as skin color, race, nationality. But diversity is who I am when I show up to your table. It is my interests, it is my lifestyle, it is my family makeup. And many, if not most, of our employees are parents. And consider that even if your employees aren't the primary custodial parent, offering this benefit could help your employee bring that benefit to their partner or their former partners to help offset their concerns. We have to consider that as an employer, we need to be thinking about our benefits as creating an ecosystem for the families and the networks that our employees exist in. Being an employer of choice is not an accident. It is deliberate, it is intentional, and it is one benefit at a time. And when I think about the cost of TOOTRiS and the fact that they do the heavy lifting and that you can bring this platform into your organization at any time during the year, you don't have to wait for open enrollment. In fact, I wouldn't wait for open enrollment. I would do it now. And so one of the things that's most important is getting the information, right? Because you can't bring something to the table until you have the information. So I'm dropping in the chat in the various areas that you are watching me go live. I'm dropping the link so that you can grab the form on the HR Girlfriends website, enter your information, and get more information about this amazing benefit. And so it's right on the hrgirlfriends.com website. We have a specific page for it. And there should be a pop-up when you go right to our website, but you can click the link right in our chat. But I want you to consider that as we start thinking again about our DEI initiatives and as priorities start shifting, I talk to a lot of HR and DEI professionals, and it feels like either folks don't know where to start when it comes to DEI, or they feel deflated because budgets are cut, priorities are shifting. But it's not just one thing that you can do to move the DEI needle. It's doing the next best thing. And so when we think about the various populations of employees that we are serving, how can we help them be better, show up better, right? How can we ease their burdens? How can we have them be more committed to our missions, our causes? This is just yet one way to do that. HR Girlfriends is so elated to have this partnership be in play. And you're going to be hearing more from us throughout the year about our TOOTRiS partnership. And as we start bringing other partnerships to the table, I want you to keep your eye out, because we're committed here at HR Girlfriends to helping you move the employee engagement needle, the DEI needle, right? The employee resources needle. We want you to be at the top of your game. But what's most important is that we create a workforce of supported and engaged employees. And it's not just one thing. And so TOOTRiS, again, is an amazing platform, and it is available to members of HR Girlfriends. So if you are a paid member, you can grab the platform and use it for your family's needs for $34.95 per year. That is almost 100% savings, well over a 70%, 80% savings compared to what you would pay on your own. If your employer brings it to the table, well, then it might be just free for you. But why wait for your employer to bring it to the table? Because what TOOTRiS does for you as a parent is helps culminate all the resources you need to find childcare. Whether it's on the clock needs, off the clock needs, TOOTRiS is here to support you. And the team is amazing. And that was another deciding factor on my partnership with TOOTRiS. The team stands behind their mission to support parents, to support the children in getting good childcare. And you can tell that from their platform, from their resources, the user experience, all of it. So I encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity. The only way to get the resources is to go directly to the HR Girlfriends page. And also, we have a really great treat, because members of HR Girlfriends who refer organizations, not just your organization, but who refers other organizations to TOOTRiS through our employer form, will receive monetary incentive when that employer brings TOOTRiS to the platform. And yes, I pre-negotiated that as well. So you see, it's not just important for me to bring resources to the table. I also have this grand goal to ensure that my members and those in our sphere of influence can increase their economic standing. And while it's just in a small fractional way, every dollar counts. And there's so many other ways that you can earn money by connecting with HR Girlfriends. I'm always thinking about the wage gap. I'm always thinking about diversity, equity, and inclusion. I'm always thinking about the workforce and the state of our corporate culture and the state of work in general. And so this is a culmination of my passion for all of those things. So I'm excited. I cannot wait for what this partnership between HR Girlfriends and TOOTRiS will bring. And again, it's hrgirlfriends.com/HRGF as in Frank dash TOOTRiS, TOOTRIS. And the link should be in the chat where you are. If not, you go straight to our website and you go under HR for Business and you'll find it under Employer Resources. I look forward to connecting with you in the near future to talk about other benefits that we're bringing to the table. And thank you so much for your time. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.